A very good evening and welcome to Prime TV News, coming to you live and direct from the Prime TV studios with me, Abrar Abid. Now, before we go into our stories in detail, let's take a look at our headlines. The President says that enemy invasions were defeated due to the commitment of heroic soldiers. United National Front presidential candidate Sajid Premadasa says that a self-sufficient export economy will be created. The open dialogue of the presidential election 2019 held in Colombo. The 15th session of the heads of Asian Coast Guards will be held in Sri Lanka. Nearly 1,900 people dead due to monsoon rains and floods across India. In our lead story, President Maithripala Sirisena says that enemy invasions were defeated due to the commitment of heroic soldiers. The President said this while attending a function at the Katu Kurunda Special Task Force Training School. The passing out parade of 50 police inspectors, 183 police constables and 41 women police constables who successfully completed the 76th basic training course at the Katu Kurunda Special Task Force Training School took place at its premises. It was held under the patronage of President Maithripala Sirisena. The President presented medals to 6 of them who excelled at the training course. Drill displays, band displays and parachute items added colour to the ceremony. President Maithripala Sirisena said that the parents have given their children to the nation to take leadership in eliminating drugs, crimes and illegal activities. Deputy Minister Palitha Thevara Peruma, Defence Secretary General Shanta Kotegoda, Western Province Governor A.J.M. Muzammil and Acting IGP Chandana Vikramaratne were present on the occasion. United National Front presidential candidate Sajid Premadasa says that a self-sufficient export economy will be created using fish resource, and the benefits of that economy will be distributed among everyone in the country by implementing a new fisheries policy in future. 3 public meetings took place today in Moratuwa under the patronage of United National Front presidential candidate Sajid Premadasa. They have been organised by State Minister Iran Vikramaratne. The meetings took place at Mortuvella, Mortumulla areas and in front of the Angulana railway station. Speaking at the public rally near Angulana railway station, Minister Sajid Premadasa said that he would take steps to make the fisheries community stronger economically and socially. Local news, the open dialogue where all candidates of the presidential election 2019 is expected to present their policies to the public on one platform commenced today. The event, named Public Platform, was held at the Sukatasa Indoor Stadium in Colombo. Taking part in the program, UNF presidential candidates said that projects productive to the country and the people should be implemented by understanding universal economic fluctuations. The foreign investments received by the country should be handled properly. He said that persons with knowledge about the subjects should be used to minimize the debt burden. The production capacity should be increased and part of the revenue received through such activities should be utilized to pay the loans to create a country without a debt burden. He said that steps should be taken to ensure national security and supremacy of the law. The organizations that implement such measures should be depoliticized. Speaking further, he said that opportunity should not be given to get political benefits by creating disputes among communities and followers of various religions. National security of the country should be protected while providing rights of all communities in a unitary country. Steps should be taken based on the policies for the betterment of the future generations. Speaking at the program, National People's Power Alliance presidential candidate Anura Kumara Dissanayake said that a structure will be created where all communities will get their rights. Children should be taught the liberation mentioned in all religions. He said that future Sri Lanka needs a human being who values equality. The country should be built based on education, health and sports. The event is a collaborative effort of the Afriel Youth Network and the March 12th movement of the Pafferal organization. The 15th session of the heads of Asian Coast Guards will be held in Sri Lanka. The summit will be held under the patronage of Sri Lanka Coast Guard Department and with the participation of Coast Guards of 22 countries and 2 monitoring organizations. The summit of the heads of the Coast Guards is scheduled to be held from Monday to Thursday in Colombo. In more news at home, the United National Front presidential candidate Sajid Premadasa says new strategies should be prepared for national security. He was speaking during a discussion with young professionals in Colombo.
National security and national insecurity here I think is a major problem as far as our national security strategy is concerned. I think social harmony, togetherness, eradicating xenophobia would certainly enhance the national security of our country. So, basically speaking, we have to have a broad outlook, an overarching approach when we deal with national security. And I have to say, I think I possess the necessary knowledge and the acumen to have a modern-day national security strategy for our country.
This was from Sampath, somewhere in the audience. Some say Sri Lanka needs a dictator. Is Sajid Premadasa a dictator? Are you more of a populist leader or would you consider yourself to be a transformational leader? How would you see yourself?
I think if there is a majority of people in our country who are keen on having a dictatorship, I think it is misguided and absolutely and totally detrimental to the interests of our motherland and to the people of our country.
Minister Gayantha Karunatilaka says the minister Sajid Premadasa should be made victorious to meet the aspirations of the poor people. He was speaking at a public meeting at Caterpillar area. Minister Gayantha Karunatilaka pointed out that it was Mr. Ranasinghe Premadasa who was the last presidential candidate of the United National Party. He said that the people have requested for Mr. Sajid Premadasa, who has done many services to the public. He said that the people should decide whether they should vote for someone unknown or to a person who is similar to them. In more local news, State Minister Ashoka Besinghe says that 30 trains will be operated by Monday. State Minister Ashoka Besinghe said that they expect to operate 30 trains on Monday as double trains, which means doubling the capacity of the passengers who would travel in those trains. He said that the trade union activists have requested for a discussion with the Salaries Commission. The State Minister said that they were asked to end the strike and come for discussions. Still in news at home, Minister Patli Champika Ranawaka says that the present government made available a prosperous life with a better environment for the people living around Beria Lake who did not have even basic sanitary facilities. The minister said this while attending a function to launch a construction of Cine City Waterfront Cinema Complex and Arts Centre. Minister Patali Champika Ranawaka said that thousands of people least privileges were removed from those areas after providing them with necessary facilities. He said that none of them had proper sanitary facilities and they have now been provided with flats. He further said that the Beira Lake will be cleaned. A pumping station will be installed at St. Sebastian area to provide a solution to flood water. The complex is being built with the aim of re-establishing the local film and film fan culture which began from Petta, again in the same area. It has been implemented on a concept of film producer Dr. Buddhi Kirtasena and under the guidance of Minister Patali Champika Ranawaka. The construction of the complex were launched at the floating market complex on Bastion Mawatha in Colombo. Chairperson of the National Film Corporation Anusha Gokula was present on the occasion. Minister Lakshman Kiriyala says that the easiest candidate to defeat for the United National Front is Mr. Gotabaya Rajapaksa. He was speaking at a function in Kandy. An operations office of United National Front presidential candidate Sajid Premadasa was opened in the DS Senanayaka Street in Kandy. It was opened under the patronage of Minister Lakshman Kiriyala. State Minister Lucky Jayawardena was present at the occasion. Minister Lakshman Kirialla said that the main factor to win the presidential election is Minister Sajid Premadasa. He said that people expected Minister Premadasa to become the presidential candidate. The government has ensured the supremacy of law and the independence of the bodies that safeguard rules and regulations. He said that the judicial is giving judgment against the government, which was not seen earlier. He added that all main institutions of the government has been made independent. He further said that only the United National Party can gather all political parties together. In more local news, a successful big onion harvest has been received from the Polonnaruwa district. Big onions are mostly cultivated at the Elahara area. Farmers say that they have commenced harvesting and they are getting a high price of 250 rupees for a kilogram of big onions at present. Big onions have been cultivated at Sarubima, Kottapitia, Ataragal Lava 505 and 506 areas in Elahara. Farmers say that they receive a harvest of 4,000 to 5,000 kilograms of big onions per an acre. One lane of the Velavaya main road between 24th and 25th mile posts have been blocked due to a collapse of an earth mound. The earth mound has collapsed on the Velavaya road due to heavy rains at Badulla area. Vehicle transport has been disrupted due to the incident. Meanwhile, soil erosion has occurred to the fire on Rock Mountain Range at Alla recently. Environmentalists said that there is a risk of landslides due to the situation. Police have requested the motorists to be vigilant when travelling from Alla to Ravana Falls, as there is a risk of falling rocks on the road. And that is all the news for today. Do join us again tomorrow for the very latest. For the Prime TV News team, I'm Abrar Abid. A very good evening and take care.